Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a Medieval 2 battle, which is very unusual since I usually only post Rome 1 content. And those of you who know me know that I am a total noob at Medieval 2. But I saw this guy, Steel Commander, was hosting a tournament, so I decided to get involved a little bit and learn the basics of Medieval 2. I ended up meeting this very sus guy that ended up giving me some pointers and advice for how to play the multiplayer here. Today I'm commanding the forces of Sicily, and my opponent, P-Dog, he's a pretty good like tournament level player, is commanding Milan. So let's see how this goes. My army, I've got one peasant archer. This is mainly to like make it so that I can enter the archer war without putting something more valuable in front of my Pavese crossbowman. I don't want to take the first crossbow bolt fire because that shit is extremely damaging, especially from these Genoese dudes. Those guys are elite. So yeah, I've got one peasant archer, 4 Pavese, 4 pike militia, 4 dismounted Norman knights. I've got 3 bodyguards, and I've got 1 Norman knight and 1 mounted crossbowman. My opponent, he's got 4 of these elite Genoese crossbowmen. He's got 4 pike militia, 3 feudal knights, which are basically the same as my dismounted Normans. He's got 1 sergeant spearman, 1 Italian spear militia, 2 armored sergeants, and it looks like 4 general's bodyguard. And he's got this crossbow. I also have some armored sergeants. In the little skirmishing phase, we're trading mounted crossbowman fire, but I'm going to get the better of these exchanges because my mounted crossbow is in loose formation and his isn't. So you can see he's taking casualties where I haven't taken any casualties yet. I think he might have been firing at my my gent's bodyguard, but I had them in loose. So he's launching a strike on my peasant archers. I was a little slow to react there, but they're just peasant archers, so it's not like he got into my Pavese. That would really suck. Should bring my bodyguards back. I don't want them to absorb fire from these Genoese. They'll eat my cav alive if they have a chance to shoot at them. Luckily, my peasant archer was able to survive that. And he's going to come back out with this general's bodyguard. And this time, I was ready for it, so I decided to target all of my Pavese on this general's bodyguard and hopefully get some kills. I'm not going to win this archer war anyway against these elite Genoese, so I may as well like kill whatever I can. So he's going to have to turn back, but this time I had my my dudes targeting his general's bodyguard. They have an insanely long firing animation, so I like just barely get shots off in time, but I did get a kill there. And since the bodyguard has 2 hit points, so if I'm getting kills, that means I'm getting even more HP damage. So that was really good. And I've basically shot down his mounted crossbows to like half strength, whereas my dudes didn't lose anything. However, the downside of firing at his general's bodyguard was that my archers sort of broke their efficient formation for archer warring in order to shoot at him. So now they're kind of like side on to his, and his are better anyway. So they're going to start massacring my poor Pavese. I'm marching up this lonely Pavese to try to shoot at his cav. I'm not sure if that was a really good idea, honestly. Especially because in order to protect it, I move up my gen's bodyguard so he can actually target it with his superior Genoese. But I am getting some shots on his other gen's bodyguard, so maybe I did some HP damage there, who knows. But yeah, the longer that this archer war goes, the worse it is for me. And so I decided to march up my Pavese and start taking shots, because they're not going to be alive much longer. And he decides, okay, they're a little isolated, so let's go strike at them with these bodyguards. But I've got my sergeants here to try to protect them, and I've got this bodyguard coming up. But he is able to get a charge off into my Pavese. It's kind of shitty. But I did get a counter charge, sort of, kind of. Yeah, I managed just to catch this this one gent's bodyguard. So he loses a man, 2 men, which means definitely more HP damage. So Also, he looks like he made a double click error, so he's gonna lose even more dudes. But I've marched up my infantry because I don't want to get shot to bits. And here, P-Dog makes a little bit of a mistake because he's got more crossbows than me. He should just chill and shoot at my infantry. He doesn't need to initiate an infantry battle. When you initiate against pikes like this, you're at a disadvantage. Your dudes are going to lose. So he's going to basically be losing this infantry battle pretty decisively, even though his infantry force is almost equal to mine. So basically the only thing I have to be worried about at this point is his Genoese crossbowmen. Everywhere else I'm superior. I have more cav and I have more infantry that are in better fights. So I've just got to get my cav into his Genoese as much as possible and try to protect my rear from his with my armored sergeants. He did get a hammer and anvil strike here with his Gen's bodyguard, but I chased it with mine. You could see in the middle the fighting's pretty intense. But you can see there's a little bit more gray here. My dudes are pulling ahead in most of these fights. And my cav has done a very good job at basically shutting up his crossbow fire. He's got his cav in this pretty bad fight here. And my armored sergeants in general are doing a good job of safeguarding my rear, save for that one hammer and anvil I allowed. And I'm getting some hammer and anvils of my own, so that's pretty great. This charge though was really good from him. That's gonna do some damage to my infantry. Oh, it actually routes a lot of my infantry. That was really bad for me to allow that, because that's 35, 29. Those are some decently healthy units that broke there. But the good thing is he isn't chasing all of these down, so some of them might come back. So this unit is a big problem for me. It's just ass blasting me. So I need to protect my anus here somehow. I'm also in some weird fights here. I shouldn't be fighting this spear unit, so I need to pull out my cav and cycle. It's pretty stupid. And this is kind of fine. I can melee fight crossbowmen, I think. But the infantry fight has gotten a lot closer. You can see that it's much closer. However, the tough thing for him is that most of his sword and shield dudes are dead. So he's kind of fighting with spearmen against my my sword and shield dudes. So my guys should get the better of that in the prolonged melee. So his hopes right now just kind of rest on this general's bodyguard. I think I've got all my pavis targeting at this point. So if I can kill that, I'm definitely going to win, because I've still got this 56-man armored sergeant. I've still got this healthy-ish pike. Got some Normans in here. I've got some cav. So if I can prevent this Gen's bodyguard from just killing everything, then I'm going to win the game. I'm trying to wall off my rear as best as I can with my pikes and my armored sergeants. This is not a good charge for him. He needs this Gen's bodyguard to get really good charges, and it's not. This was a stupid charge for me. I kind of charged on his skill trim here. It's pretty stupid. But I need to get these dudes back in the fight and get a rear charge here. It's looking pretty nice. Let's fucking go. Still, I gotta say, I think I prefer the Rome 1 charge animation. Didn't feel as nice. I want to see some dudes flying everywhere. I want to see some quick death animations. The death animations here are a little slow. Everything's a lot slower. But I'm warming up to it. I do kind of like medieval now. Boom, one more charge. And that'll about do it. You can see that he's got a couple more units, but they're starting to break here. And yeah, there you have it. I was able to win the game. P-Dog is way better than me, but I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. And if you want to see more Medieval 2 content in the future, then subscribe to my channel.